All anime characters have amazing style and are always dressed for success. And before I improved my style, I used to look like I was dressed for failure.
Failure!
I didn't look horrible, but I never looked like I knew what I was doing or had any sense of style. But once I started seeing how these cool anime characters dressed, I finally learned how to improve my style without even trying. And if you follow any of the 6 tips in this video, I guarantee you'll effortlessly look better just like your favorite anime characters. This first tip is called Minimalist Aura and is perfectly represented by Sung Jin-woo and his dark, bad boy aesthetic. When it comes to glowing up and having amazing style, nobody comes close to my man Sung Drip-woo. He really is the embodiment of aura farming. And one of the best things about Sung Jin-woo's dark aesthetic is that it's just simple in the best way possible. It's a minimalist look that speaks volumes without being overly loud. And the best way to level up your style, just like Sung Jin-woo, is to really think about the colors that you're wearing. How many times have you seen other characters wearing super bright, multicolored fits that are just way too noisy? They look distracting, and more importantly, they got no aura. Versus Sung Drip-woo, who is much more charismatic, has so much more aura, and is just a lot cooler. Most of the time, Sung Jin-woo wears the all-black fit, which is just one color, and at most, and then we see this in season 2, we see him wearing that iconic cloak, which this whole outfit is about 1, 2, 3 colors. And you actually see this trend on many cool anime characters. They generally stick to a really small color palette for their style. So if you want to achieve minimalist aura and upgrade your style, you need to limit the number of colors that you're wearing to only 3 at most. How I would go about it is like this. I would start with a nice base of black and or white. Black and white actually count as one color together in the 3-color rule, so it creates a really nice base for you to add colors on top of it. Then once you have the base, which should look pretty good on its own, adding on some nice accents of color, little beauty splotches of little pizzazz, razzle dazzle, is just gonna make the outfit pop more. Alternatively, you can start with like a base of color, whatever color you want to rock that day, and design the rest of the fit around that color. So maybe adding some black pants or brown pants, depending on what kind of mood you want to go for. But if you find mix and match of colors still a little intimidating, monochrome fits will always work well. For example, imitating Sung Jin-woo, I've got the all-black fit with the black dress shirt, black pants, black shoes. Easy to wear, perfect for any occasion, but by just sticking to the 3-color rule, it will keep your outfits much more simple, a lot more minimalistic, and you'll always look good, just like the aura farmer himself. But having good style is more than just knowing what colors to wear. Take Draken from Tokyo Revengers, for instance. He is probably one of the most stylish characters in all of anime. But what exactly makes his fits so good? Well, for one, Draken is a really good example of the second tip, which is the main hero. Draken's style is a lot more akin to street style, a lot more casual and punkier. And unlike Sung Jin-woo's aesthetic, it actually comes across a little louder. One of the reasons why the style works so well is that there's one piece of clothing on him that acts as the main hero of the outfit, which is any piece of clothing that draws interest or draws attention. Basically, your outfit should be like an anime trio. Altogether, it's gonna be awesome. Every piece is gonna come together, the pants, the shirt, the shoes, whatever. But there's always gonna be one main hero that draws in the focus, while the rest is there to support the main hero. Each of them work together and make each other shine even more. But this can be very easy to mess up, and this is one of the reasons why we only have one main hero in anime. Because if you have too many interesting pieces, all of them trying to draw focus to each other, it's gonna look sort of messy, not gonna make much sense. Like imagine those guys with the all flannel fit or the all denim fit. It'd be like having 3 Eren Yeagers on one team, which would be an absolute nightmare. God, the men, women, and children. Maybe you are the type of person to wear all denim. It just depends on what you like and may require some experimenting. But that brings us to our next question. How do you decide what the hero piece should be? There are many answers to this question, but there are 2 main ones that we should focus on for now. Take a look back at Draken. All of his hero pieces have at least one of 2 elements: interesting patterns or interesting textures. Whether that's his large overshirt, his graphic school uniform with the kanji written on it, or his regular school uniform with the bunch of pockets. It doesn't need to be elaborate. Honestly, anything can be a hero piece. For me, this white shirt with a more distinct texture works well as the hero piece, while the rest of the fit can remain a little flat. Or maybe instead, I can wear some nice cargo pants with an infinite number of pockets on it, and just a plain black shirt, and that will look pretty good. Or one of my favorite fits, this white hoodie with these nice tech wear cargo pants. While both of the items could be hero pieces on their own, the pants have a lot more pattern, more interesting texture, some fancy words written on them that are pretty illegible. So in comparison to the hoodie, in the end, it's gonna draw more attention, and that's gonna be the hero piece. But texture and pattern aren't the only detergents for the hero piece. Itadori Yuji is a great example. He rocks mostly a dark blue fit, but what stands out from the outfit the most is his signature bright red hood. I could be rocking that Sung Jin Woo fit, but then reveal my brightly colored socks. Or if you want, you can have a nice bright top compared to the rest of your fit, which would be quite dark, highlighting your top even more. Just look around your wardrobe for things that immediately can draw focus. Bright colors, cool patterns, cool textures, whatever you can find. And just revolving the rest of your fit around that hero piece can make styling a whole lot more effortless. But having the perfect hero for your fit will not upgrade your style unless you start working on tip number 3. Many of the cool anime dudes that the ladies seem to swoon over all the damn time all have one thing in common with their look, and it all has to do with something I like to call perfect division. If we look at these characters who rock a similar dark aesthetic, you could take one look at them, and can you guess what they have in common? If we divide their bodies into thirds, you can actually see that 2/3 of their body is the legs, while 1/3 is the torso. This is actually a very common styling technique that a lot of people use to make themselves look taller. By nailing perfect division and having 2/3 of your body appear as your legs, it's going to trick people into thinking that your legs are longer than they actually are, thus you are taller than they actually are. That's why everybody loves these characters, and that's why they look so good, is because they, not only are they tall, but they look even taller with that perfect division. But Kevin, I've got literal stumps for legs. How do I do this? Well, it's actually pretty simple. 1, you can purchase high-waisted pants, which will automatically cut your torso into that perfect division. But if you don't want to buy high-waisted pants, or you don't have high-waisted pants, the simplest solution is just tuck in your shirt. Seriously, look at what I'm wearing here. Looks alright with the shirt untucked, it's decent. But once I tuck it in and give the illusion that my waist is a little higher than it is, wow, what a difference. What am I, 6'9"? I'm actually way shorter than that. Now, the ratios don't have to be exact, but as long as you understand the idea of the perfect division, being able to adjust your outfit to make you appear taller, you're going to be able to look closer to these anime characters, and maybe someday find a woman who doesn't care about your height. But even if you nail the rule of thirds, you have the coolest patterns known to man, or even the perfect colors, you can still easily muck up your entire outfit if you don't implement this next tip. Have you ever bought a new outfit, possibly inspired by your favorite characters? You go home, put it on, but it looks nothing, absolutely nothing like what you thought. Now, if your legs look shorter, you look a little stockier, and you're dressed for failure. Well, that's because you guys didn't take into account tip number 4. Stupid. You forgot to do aura matching. A great example of aura matching is Nanami with his business style. What aura matching does is help you to highlight key features that will just make your overall look and overall style so much better. Step 1 is to identify what key features you want to bring out. If we're using Nanami as an example, let's talk about his broad shoulders. Step 2 is finding clothes that are able to enhance the feature that you've chosen. So we talked about broad shoulders. If you are going for Nanami's business aesthetic, then we need to talk about blazer. If you have naturally broad shoulders like I did, and you want to wear a suit, you want to have a jacket that is wide enough for your shoulders, but you also want it to taper down to your waist so it can show off that V-taper you guys are working so hard for. If you have a jacket that fits your shoulders but doesn't taper down and kind of has the same width all the way through, it's just gonna look like you're a kid who's wearing his dad's suit. It doesn't look right. Now, the ideal situation is that you get a bespoke suit, so 100% tailor-made to your body. But that's expensive as heck, and I know some of you probably don't want to pay for that. The best you can do is go to wherever you buy your suits or whatever and have them cinch the waist for you after trying on the suit. There's a lot of places that do this, so you just find a spot, pick a jacket you like that fits, and then ask them to taper it down to your waist size. But not only is aura matching good for enhancing features, it's actually amazing for covering features that you might not want shown. Let's say your shoulders are on the narrower side, but you still want that broad look. Picking a blazer that has a little more padding on it can help with that. But it's not just limited to blazers or jackets. Things like V-necks and quarter zips can trick the eyes thinking your shoulders are wider. Or even unbuttoning a couple shirts from your button-up can work as well. If you have a slightly wider waist, try finding shirts that are tight around the shoulders but looser around the waist to give that illusion that your waist is smaller than it is. And it doesn't have to just be about shoulders, right? Want to show your forearms? Roll them sleeves up. Skinny neck? Turtlenecks all the way, baby. Show off that ass? For the love of God, don't wear skinny jeans. Just go for the straight cut. Go for straight cut jeans. Your butt will thank you. It's a very simple two-step process, but it can be a little tricky to kind of play around with and understand. But once you do get the hang of it, you're going to be wearing your outfits rather than the outfits wearing you. But let's say you just don't have any clothes that enhance your features or stand out in any particular way. You can actually use this next tip to make any boring outfit pop instantly. And what better anime to talk about fashion than JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Every character on the show has some form of eccentric outfit. Some of them look amazing while others look a little out there. Now, I'm not gonna say just like a JoJo character, but we can use these guys for inspiration because these guys use what I like to call special sauce. And in the context of JoJo, that kind of sounds very wrong. If you notice, every JoJo character has some form of accessory to their outfits. Some small but noticeable element that makes them stand out a little. Whether that be Josuke's pins or Jotaro's freaking hat hair. I could never figure that thing out. Whatever special sauce you choose, it's going to take any boring outfit and elevate it. Say for instance you go for that all black fit. Not bad, but it's kind of boring. What if I add a couple rings, bracelet, maybe a necklace? I get a much more interesting and instantly more stylish outfit. Or maybe I do have some nice colors, but it's looking a little flat. Boom! Add a fanny pack. Stylish and functional. As you can see, pretty much anything can be special sauce. I really need to come up with a better link for that. You just gotta be creative. Like Nanami and Gojo have special eyewear. Luffy has his straw hat. And as a bonus, these accessory items can be used as the hero piece. But the only thing to watch out for is context. I would probably wear rings with a suit, that's no problem. But a fanny pack with a suit? Hell no. If I wanted to have a more edgy aesthetic, maybe I would go even crazier with the accessories. Versus if I wanted to be a little more low-key, I'd probably just rock the necklace. Accessories are the one element that are pretty much have no rules. Like anything can be an accessory. You can rock whatever you like. It's just important to experiment and see what you feel comfortable with and what looks good to you. But all of the tips in this video become absolutely useless if you make this one crucial mistake. Because I've seen a lot of people use the previous 5 tips, but absolutely butcher their fit. Do you think all of your favorite characters look at their closet and be like, huh, I do want to look like that today. I'm going to purposefully design the outfit to be so intricate, just like this. Maybe they do, but the truth is, it's not going to come across that way because they use tip number 6, effortless aura. The best representation of effortless aura is Spike from Cowboy Bebop. He undoubtedly has really good stuff, and it's one of the most iconic looks in all of anime. And it just looks so simple. The suit, the loose tie, the messy hair, it just works. Do you think he has spent countless hours adjusting his tie to get the perfect looseness? Probably not. But even if for some reason he did, it sure doesn't look that way. For all you know, he could have slapped on that outfit in like 5 minutes and walked out the door. The point is, even if you are trying to create a really nice outfit, it can't look that way. If it looks way too intentional, you can come across as kind of a tryhard, and it's gonna completely ruin everything. Like, you don't need to think, oh, I'll match my socks with my belt, hat, and I'm gonna make sure that everything's a perfect ratio, and I'm gonna make sure that everything's straight. It's not gonna be a fun process, and you're just gonna look like you're trying way too hard to look good. Like, take a look at Johnny here. His fit is fire, no pun intended, but damn, that cape, those pauldrons, the freaking rings on every finger, that's just overkill in my opinion. The main takeaway is the simpler you can keep your outfit, the more it can look like you didn't try so hard and spend hours on it, the more effortless you can make yourself look good. At the end of the day, style is 100% personal. So long as you feel confident, you will achieve that glow up in no time. But getting your outfit right is only half the equation for a proper glow up. Looking good in clothes is great, but looking good naked, that's a whole other story. So if you want to develop a nice aesthetic upper body in just 90 minutes, check out this video right here.